Matthew 6:33, seek ye first the kingdom of God. Seek ye first the kingdom of God. That is such a powerful driving verse, but at the same time, I very rarely ever heard that really taught in churches, which is fascinating to me because this is probably the only real main thing that Jesus preached in his ministry. In fact, in the book of Matthew, he mentions the kingdom 32 times. It's, when Jesus says something, it's very important to pay attention, but if he mentions it 32 times and gives 32 different references to it, that's a pretty good clue. It's pretty important. And when I first became a Christian, and for years, I've just went after this with so much zeal and so much fire. It's just, I saw the kingdom as this incredible place, and with faith in God and trust in God, he can get you to that place. And then, I would say about a year ago, I lost the unction to search for it. I couldn't explain it. I thought, maybe it's just a phase. Maybe my mind isn't in the right place because, the word says, be not conformed to this world, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. So maybe my mind wasn't exactly where it should have been. But I still had never gotten the unction again. I had always been at peace. I'd always been so in love with Papa and just staying with him in his presence. I just never had the unction to go after and seek this kingdom. I just never quite understood it. It just, and then finally this morning, I went ahead and I talked to Papa. We went in the secret place and we had a conversation. God talks to me all the time. A lot of times I don't tell you what he tells me because it's so personal, and I just can't always write everything down. But this conversation just moved me. He sat down with me, and he looked at me and he said, "Why are you not seeking the kingdom? Why?" He said, "What is the kingdom?" And I remember verses in Matthew. They said, the kingdom is like a mustard seed. He goes, faith. The kingdom is like a merchant looking for fine pearls. The kingdom is like a treasure hidden in a field. The kingdom is like a net laid down to catch many fish. The kingdom is like leaven. And he looks at me and goes, bread? Mm-hmm. And his smile just kept getting wider. I said, the kingdom is like a king giving a banquet for a son at his wedding. And then it started to come together. And God has said, my word says, seek ye first the kingdom of God. I said, yeah. And he asked me, what have you sought for and found with all your heart? And it came over me. I said, you. I sought you. He looked at me and goes, you say it can't be that simple? God is a simple God. If we're confused, we're overthinking it. God, Papa told me, he said, so many of my children, they have to take these journeys through themselves, through all the anxious turmoils, to come to the revelation of who they are and who I am. You came straight to me. You came straight into my arms. When people tell you that they see me in you, you have found a heart. You have found the kingdom. You have always been in my kingdom. he said also, and this moved me to tears. I don't know if I could say it. He said, the way Peter looked at Jesus when he stepped out of the boat and walked on the water, it's the same way you're looking at me now. The peace of his presence is the kingdom. It is the kingdom. For the last year or so, I have been thinking less about heaven and just more about him, because what makes heaven such an awesome place is his presence. If God's not there, the glory of what heaven is gone. It's his presence. That's truly the answer for everything. He said, you told me, my son, you're home with me. This is why you've been at peace. Your search is done. I'm with you everywhere you go. Welcome home, my child. Oh boy. Guys, it's not about getting things. It's about walking in the revelation of what you have, for who he is, and how much he loves you. Seek ye first the kingdom. He told me also, because he said, when you told people that Jesus is my heart, you got it just right. So many see him as the rock, but he is really my heart. That's why I said, and you got it when you said, no one comes to the Father except through Jesus. No one comes to the Father except through me, because Jesus is the heart. As blood goes through our hearts to give life to all parts of our body, so too do we have to go through the heart to get to the rest of God. The kingdom of God is his very presence. That's where the glory lies. That's where the love is. Oh, I'm just so at peace. Oh my gosh, I'm out of words. I'm out of words. I said all I can. God bless you all. Have a good night.